when you think it can't get worse. Our season is basically over. After losing to Getafe, there's nothing left that we can possibly win. La Liga is not happening. The Champions League is not happening. And now we are being kicked while we are down. Because look at the news that has just broke today. Rodrygo is done. He tore his ACL and his MCL in the match against Getafe. We're not going to see this brother until next year. And there's no guarantee that when he comes back, he'll even be the same player that he was. This is a massive blow for Real Madrid. It's a massive blow for Brazil with the World Cup that's coming up in the summer. I am very worried about Rodrygo because I remember Marco Asensio all those years ago. This brother was cooking for Real Madrid. He got that ACL injury. He was never the same. And with Rodrygo suffering not one, but two major injuries to the same leg, I am nervous. What the hell is going on at this club? Everybody knows how highly I rate this player. I know that his form hasn't been the best, but everybody for Real Madrid has been pretty poor for the most part since last season. But Rodrygo is a very talented player. Rodrygo is somebody that has done amazing things for this club. We're talking about the Mumbai Neymar, the New Delhi Messi, the Bangladesian Ronaldo, the Sri Lankan Hazard. What are we going to do with our attack? The medical staff is an absolute disgrace. I saw the moment where he picked up the injury, and we're going to talk about it because this is actually ridiculous. But Rodrygo, we will not be seeing him for the rest of the year. And even though I rate him, when I was thinking of the summer window, because we know Real Madrid needs a major summer clear out. Rodrygo was one of the players, even though I don't want him to leave, he was one of the guys that I thought should be sacrificed for us to be able to have a complete revamp of the squad. Because this current group of players, it's not working. It's just not. So some big names have to leave. Well, now that Rodrygo has suffered this massive injury, he can't leave in the summer. Who's going to buy him? He can't pass the medical. Let's continue, man. So Fabrizio puts out the statement, says, Rodrygo will be out until the end of 2026, up to maximum 10 months, Real Madrid have confirmed. Rodrygo has been diagnosed with a rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament and a rupture of the lateral meniscus of his right leg. Initially, the reports were saying that he was only going to be out for around 6 months. But then it came out that not only was it an ACL injury, right? But like I just read, it was also an MCL. Now that extends how long he will be out. Now this season, our right wing has been dead regardless. It doesn't matter. We've gotten no kind of service, no kind of impact from the right side of our attack. We are left wing FC. Vinny and Mbappe on the left wing, and just pray to God that those two players can maybe do something. I bet you wish that we had Endrick now. Would have been nice to have Endrick. The fact that Xabi Alonso did not play that guy when Rodrygo was out there doing nothing. Brahim Diaz out there doing nothing. Franco Mastantuono out there doing nothing. The medical staff, by the way, is an absolute disgrace. They need to be investigated. They need to be sacked because the level of malpractice that we are seeing at Real Madrid is ridiculous. I have never seen a club suffer so many major injuries season after season. Let me show you guys something real quick because This is low-key crazy when you think about it, right? And we are going to look at the moment where Rodrygo got the injury. Mind you, after he went down injured, let's dive it. Give me a second. Look at these ACL injuries over the last few years. On top of the other injuries that our players pick up as well. It seems like every time somebody gets an injury at Real Madrid, they're out for months. We don't ever just get small knocks. If they're not doing their ACL, then they're doing something else that keeps them out for a while. Now remember, I brought up Marco Asensio. This guy was cooking for Real Madrid. Go check out his goal catalog. Asensio, baller. Then he got his injury. Was never the same player after that. Look at this, the 23-24 season. I don't know how the hell we won the UCL. Courtois tore his ACL. Militao tore his ACL. Alaba tore his ACL. Then you go to the 24-25 season. Carvajal against Villarreal tore his ACL just last season. Militao against Osasuna tore his ACL for the second season in a row. And now, in the 25-26 season, Rodrygo has torn his ACL. Has there been another club that has had as many ACL injuries consecutively like Real Madrid? Where did our medical staff get their fucking degree from? They must have bought that shit from Walmart. Because how are they so incompetent? And Florentino Perez, he's to blame as well. Because he is the supreme leader of Real Madrid. Nothing happens at this club without his say-so. So the fact that those guys have remained in a job is a disgrace. Pintus needs to be sacked. What is Pintus doing now? It's been nothing but ACLs going. Clearly his methods are not working. Remember, a big reason why Xabi Alonso was dismissed was because he didn't want to bring Pintus back. He didn't want Pintus to be a part of his medical staff, a part of the coaching staff. Florentino Perez wanted Pintus. What the hell are we doing in training? And what is the medical staff treating these players? How? It makes no sense. Now, look at this, guys. I do want to show you something. So, Rodrygo continued playing for 30 minutes after initially receiving a blow to his knee. Now, I don't know if this is going to get the video copyrighted. I don't know if they'll get it demonetized. I don't really care, right? I want to show you the moment where Rodrygo picked up his injury and he kept playing. Explain this to me. Maybe we'll just go through it like very slowly, right? Maybe I'll bring it up like this, right? So look, Housen gets the ball, finds Rodrygo, boom, makes the contact with the Getafe player, goes down, right? Follow me now. He went down. Now look at him. He's limping. Look, watch him. By the way, that Getafe player pushed him. But look, he's clearly injured. Look at this. Look at him. How does he play? He just got back from injury. How is he still on the pitch for 30 minutes? The thing is, I didn't even really think about this during the game. Because I'm thinking, surely the medical staff would have made sure he was okay. They probably talked to him. Man's played an additional 30 minutes with a torn ACL. Mbappe's injury misdiagnosed. I can't believe it. Look at this. See, hits his leg, falls down. Look at his right leg. He's not trying to apply pressure to it because something is wrong. And then why did Rodrygo, of course he just come back from injury. The player's going to try and keep playing. Look at this, bro. Look at this. He's not putting pressure on that fucking right leg. Jesus. Our medical staff is shit. Now look at all these fucking injuries that we have, bro. Rodrygo, Alaba, Camavinga, Asensio, Mbappe, Ceballos, right? Jude Bellingham, Militao, Mastantuono suspended, Correas suspended, Housen suspended. How are we going to line up against Celta Vigo? They might as well call me. Maybe I can do a job on the fucking right wing. I can't be any worse. I can't be ineffective as they have. Would have been nice to have Endrick now. But because Xabi Alonso refused to play the guy, he went on loan. He's balling out at Lyon. I'm going to be honest. I think, look, this injury does suck, of course. But it does increase Endrick's chances of going to the World Cup. And it does increase Endrick's chances at becoming a starter for Real Madrid next season. Because I believe Endrick is the right winger that we are missing. His profile is very similar to Mason Greenwood, a right winger / second striker. Cuts inside, amazing shot power, can finish with both feet, very quick, good on the ball as well. Endrick on the right wing, I'm telling you, he will cook next season. But this is very unfortunate. Look, you guys get in the comment section. Let me know what you're saying about Rodrygo's injury. What do you think the club are going to do in the summer? Anything that's on your mind. Like I said to start off the video, we have been kicked while we were already down.